everyone. In this session today, we will talk about Indian Patent Agent Examination. This exam, as you know, is conducted every year by Indian Patent Office. And in order to write this exam, the eligibility is that one has to be graduate in science and at least of 21 years age. In order to start your preparations for this exam, there are three very important parameters. The first is Indian Patents Act, and the second is patent specification drafting, and third is PCT filing process and procedures. These three are most important components of Indian Patent Agent exam, and most of your questions will revolve around only three parameters which I explained you just now. Coming to Indian Patents Act 1970, before you start reading the Act, you have to understand how it is structured. There are certain chapters on the sections, there are certain chapters on the rules, and then you have various schedules talking about the fees and forms and ISA fees, etc. Go through each of them very, very thoroughly. One of the most frequently asked question by the students is, do we have to remember all the sections? Because it's very difficult to remember all the sections. So here I will say that don't remember all the sections, but do remember the important ones. For example, section 48 is important, section 50 is important, 84, 92, 92A. These are some of the important sections. So you can just go through the previous year question papers and keep marking the important sections in the Patent Act itself, so that you remember to revise them more thoroughly. And when you are answering any question, it is very important to state the right section, right fees, and the right form there, because you can expect to secure more marks if you have referred to a particular section, form, or the fees. Okay, so if you don't remember the right section, then rather than putting a wrong section in your answer, I would suggest that don't mention section at all. But wherever you remember, wherever you are confident, don't miss, and you must state the right section there. Since this exam is written by the students who are mostly graduate or postgraduate in science, Patent Act is a legal statute. Okay, so it takes some time to get used to how the legal language is written, how the legal language is interpreted. I have seen that most of the people who write this exam, they go into complete dissection of the section word by word, and they end up getting more confused about a particular section. So my suggestion is, before you start a chapter, understand what is intent behind that chapter, what overall this chapter talks about. And similarly, when you go to a specific section, understand what this section is trying to say, and then you can probably go into finer details. But if you go by word and keep interpreting the statute in a literal sense, you will arrive nowhere, and in exam you will be thoroughly confused. If there is a chapter on compulsory license, for example, you need to understand why do we need compulsory license first of all, and then what is the rationale behind having section 84, and how does it help industry, how does it help the nation, and how does it help the end user, that is the consumer. So this way, if you start reading Patent Act, you will find that it is a very interesting document to read. And once you start understanding, then you will start enjoying also. And always find out if there is a relevant case law which can help you further to understand a particular section. For example, we have enough case laws on section 3D, we have case laws on compulsory license, secrecy directions, etc. And one key thing about the Patents Act is number of revisions. How many times you revise it. First round you will not understand, second time you will understand probably 10% of it, and slowly and steadily you start feeling that you have good hold on the subject. I remember when I wrote my patent agent examination, first round I did not understand anything at all. But as you read it again and again, then you start getting the feel of the statute. If you are finding it difficult to read and understand directly from the Bare Act, then you can probably download Manual of Patent Practice and Procedures, which is available on Indian Patent Office website itself. There is a section on publication, and there you can find that there is a link to Manual of Patent Practice and Procedures. You can start preparing, your Patent Act, reading that manual. Coming to second part of it, patent specification drafting, you will have substantial portion of paper two focused only on patent specification drafting, and majority of students, they get just stuck on patent drafting, how to draft, where to start, because you have only 40 minutes time to finish your drafting exercise, and you have to attempt your rest of questions also. So how much time to spend on patent specification drafting? So I would suggest that you download some 15-20 patents from free resources and just observe the way they are written, style of writing, and then more practice is required on claim drafting. When it comes to claim drafting, you have to focus on the prerequisites of claim drafting. For example, there have to be three parts in a claim: introductory part, then you have a linkage, and then you have a descriptive part. So every claim that you draft in your exam should have all these three structures. And as you know, that claim is a single sentence, so full stops should come only once in one claim. You can have commas in between if required, but you can have only one full stop in a claim. Even though your claim is 10-page long, doesn't matter. I'm sure it will not be definitely 10-page long, but just to give you example, but it can only have one full stop. And then you need to be very, very clear about independent and dependent claims. Most likely you will be asked to write five claims, and out of which you have to be very, very sure that first claim will always be your independent claim. Second, third, fourth, fifth, they can be dependent claims. So your examiner will be giving you marks based on your understanding on structure of claims, independent claims, dependent claims, and whether you have understood the fundamental of one sentence and one claim. If you do this much and solve previous year question papers, I think you are good with patent specification drafting. And since you will not have much time to, draft patent specification, so my suggestion is when you are reading your question for the first time, you keep marking on the question paper itself that you know what you are going to claim. So this is more than enough for you to attempt questions on patent specification drafting. Apart from this, if you want to do more practice, then probably you can take very simple devices around you, a spoon or a plate or maybe a mobile phone, a flower pot, and write five claims on it. And I bet you'll find it very difficult to write five claims on a spoon. Just write five claims, and if you want to put down in the comment section, I will be happy. Then coming to the third part of it, PCT procedure and processes. You will have in paper two a lot of questions asked on international filing, PCT, convention application filing. If you go to WIPO website, World Intellectual Property Organization, you will find there a section on PCT. In PCT, you will find complete procedure is given how to file PCT application, which software to download. If you go through all those links properly, you will get basic understanding of PCT application filing. Apart from this, you have to have knowledge of recent case laws and don't ignore other forms of IP. Even though it's Indian Patents Act 1970 and your exam is focused only on Indian patent law, but you have to know what is copyright, what is trademark, what is trade secret, geographical indication. So this year has been very historical with a lot of geographical indications registered this year. So you have to have basic knowledge about all of them. So with this, I think you can attempt your exam really well. And I wish you all the best for your exam. Keep innovating, keep growing. Good day. Thank you so much.